Hi, it's Paul from Landlord Photography here. Welcome to another one of my videos. Today we're going to explore HMO marketing and what your competition are doing, what they're doing well, what they're doing not so well with the visual assets in their marketing. So whether that's photos, videos, let's take a look at those now. So we're going to focus on HMOs today. So I'm going to go to Spareroom. So just go straight to Spareroom. And so we're there, and I'm based near Reading. So let's just choose Reading as an area. Now I'm not too sure what this is going to bring up. I haven't done this before this video, so I'm seeing this the first time too. Okay, great. We've got one featured ad there, and then we've got some others underneath it. So let's just open up some of these, and we're going to then talk through them. Like some of these are doing some good things and maybe some of them not so good. So let's just have a talk through. Now I'm only going to talk about the photos. I'm not going to talk about the wording of the advert because that's not what I specialise in. I specialise in getting you the visual assets. And if they've got any videos here as well, we'll take a look. And what I will do, if we do come across any of my client sites where I've taken the photos, I will make you aware of that, because obviously, you know, I don't want you to think that I'm being biased towards any of my images. I don't think any of these are mine, but just in case, I will tell you if they are. So let's have a look at this one. First of all, this photo here, see what they've tried to do, but it's a bit dark with the shadows here. They've made it dark here because they would have blown the windows out, I reckon. So yeah, they could have made that a little bit better. Lovely feature wall, nicely presented, beautiful dressing, but that photo doesn't really show a lot. I don't think they've used a wide angle lens there. Also as well, should they have these lights on? Maybe, maybe not, I don't know. But I certainly would have looked for a really wider angle on that shot. And again there, it looks like they're not using a wide angle lens. It's a bit dark, lots of shadow. And I'm not too sure really what that photo is meant to be showing us. Maybe it's just to show that there is a wardrobe and a chest of drawers there. Okay, again, that could be a really nice shot because it's got actually quite a nice view out there, showing there's a person in it there. But again, because they've needed to get the window not blown out, I think they've made the room a bit dark, and because they've haven't got a wide angle lens, they've cut out quite a lot of the bed, so I'd like to see that bit further back. And also the angle of it, they've gone quite high coming down low. But those shots can work. But all in all, it's actually quite a nice property. Now that here, so suddenly you've gone from landscape to portrait. I imagine they've done it because of just the angle, and there's probably a very small bathroom there. But there's things you can do to not have to do that. Again, nicely dressed kitchen. They haven't gone over the top, they've just laid it out here. I might have put a bottle or something there. Again, not maybe the widest of angle lenses. I'm not sure if that's got some kind of frosting to it. If it hasn't, they seem to have blown that window out a little bit. This one here is quite nice, but generally it's quite dark. So I imagine that's why it's quite dark, because those windows would have been completely blown out. I mean, they're not, yeah, it's a nice property. But who wants to live in a dark, in a dark house? People want light, bright, colourful, and airy, and they've clearly done a great job here with the refurb and dressing the property. So really, just with the photos there, could just be lifted a little bit, and I think this property would look really stunning. So again, here they've changed from landscape to portrait. Makes it look quite narrow. Not really too sure what they're trying to show here, the corridor. Personally, I'd have focused more on the kitchen. And actually, before we move on, I think it's a little bit blurred. So let's just quickly go back. I think it's a bit blurred here. So I'm not quite sure where they're focusing that shot. So this one here, is that the same as we've seen before? Yes, so we've now gone through all of these. So beautiful house, it looks really nice, but the photos there's a few things that could be done to improve it, but you know, a lovely property. So let's go to the next one. So here, this photo here is what I call a security camera shot. So the person's held the camera high above their head in the corner, angled it down and hoped for the best. These shots, I do them myself, I'll admit to that, and for rooms that aren't that big, they can be quite a saviour, and they're very good in bathrooms as well. But generally, I don't know, I don't particularly like them, but hey, it might work for this particular agency. That's fine. To me it feels a little dark, but it's not too bad. Maybe a bit like some previous ones. Again, the windows aren't blown out, which is nice. And actually, is it a bit blurred? Maybe it needs to be smoothed out a little bit and some work on the sharpness. So I like this here, that they're in the bathroom. They've actually managed to keep the landscape shot, and they've got the sink in, and they've got the toilet in. I imagine there's a shower behind us in the next photo. No, I would have expected the next photo to be the shower to that, but hey ho. Again, same style, sort of security camera shot here. But again, you know, fairly nicely presented rooms, very simple dressing. So if we go back to the previous room here, it's been dressed very simply. I personally quite like it. They haven't gone overboard, but you know, you could possibly do a little bit more with that, with the dressing. Now, it's nice they've shown you that other angle of the room and the sort of view out there, but that view doesn't necessarily seem to be great. I'm not sure really what that photo's adding from the previous one. Only that you've got that chest of drawers there. So here they've gone for that same angle in this kitchen, and actually this table seems to show really well what happens is it just makes things not look particularly square, and they haven't transformed the image to square it up, which is something a pro would have done. It's again a little bit dark maybe. I'm not quite sure why they've gone for that security camera shot in the kitchen there, because it looks quite a spacious kitchen actually, so I'm not quite sure why they've done that. That just looks odd. I'm assuming that is an ensuite, but it just looks like a toilet in the middle of a big space, but hey ho. On these walls, are these walls meant to be white? If they are, maybe they need some work on the white balance. Back to this one again. So all in all, not terrible. Seen a lot worse, but you know, still a few rooms for improvement there. Now, what it says to me is these people aren't using professional photographers, you know, but they're okay. They're not brilliant. I wouldn't say they make the property stand out. I wouldn't say that any of these photos in the thumbnails. So if we go back to the original thumbnails, you know, do any of these thumbnails really jump off the page at you and make you want to click on them as we scroll down? To be honest, I've got to say no. There's none of those photos that make me go, wow, I want to click on that. And because when you're competing, you're either competing on your presentation or you're competing on price. If you compete on price, it's expensive. So if you can just, especially with these properties that have gone to the effort of dressing them, these ones, then why not, you know, just go that little extra mile, get some good photos. Here, again, they've gone to the effort of dressing the property. I'm not sure if that's particularly sharp, that image. It looks a bit out of focus to me, a little bit dark. I'm not sure about the white balance on that shot. It looks a bit cold. I think that's because of the lights. Again, there could be a nice shot. They've got little touches there, putting a guitar there to show a bit of lifestyle. I might put something on this little table here, but you have got this lamp coming down, so maybe they felt that was enough. And they've gone some effort there dressing it, but the room just feels a bit dark. And so there's, you know, if they just lightened that up, if that's the ensuite there, maybe have opened that door up so you could see it. Maybe it doesn't open up particularly well, who knows, but not a bad shot. Right, so they've gone for the security camera shot in the bathroom here to try and, so you get in the sink, the toilet and the shower. All you're really seeing is the funky tiles, but at least it gives you an idea of the bathroom. as I say, sometimes in these small bathrooms, those security camera shots are as good as you can get. Okay, so they've gone to some effort here in this kitchen. Okay, nice contemporary, done, beautifully interiorly designed, nicely dressed. I just wonder, is that wall white there? If that wall there is white, something's going on with the white balance there, and it doesn't seem to be particularly in focus and particularly bright either. I think you could really make that look fantastic in a nice shot. And same one there from a different angle. I actually preferred it back the other way, but even with that you could make that look nice. But they haven't blown out the windows, but I might have made the living room look, the kitchen area here look a bit brighter. And again, yeah, with the white balance, there's I think something going on here, because if you look at the whites on that photo. So a nice lifestyle shot. I personally like them. They come at an angle, they've blurred the light here, they've focused in here, very nice. Okay, so garden, and it is what it is, got a nice blue sky on it. Yeah, it's okay. Now, I say, I've got these photos, I think they're a bit dark. Now, we always push the colour in the photos. Possibly some people would say, look at our photos and go, they're overexposed. Well, but we want them to jump off the page. So we do push them to the edge so that when you are in the list view here, okay, they really do pop. Now, are the photos going to win any art prizes, any photography prizes? Possibly not. But are they going to get tenants clicking on the listings? Well, from what we get told from our clients, yes, they do. Right, let's go to the next one here. Just rattle through this one. Again, nicely dressed. Photos aren't too bad. Again, I might have made them a little bit brighter, but not bad. Not bad at all. On the kitchen here, they've dressed the rooms, but I haven't really done much on the dressing here in the kitchen. And it's a bit blown out over here. I might have just brought the whites down a little bit, but generally it's not bad. Not bad at all. I'm not sure this angle, this composition. Okay, I was probably trying to show that you've got the breakfast bar here and the seating area here, and it links to the kitchen, but not sure if there might have been a better composition there. Okay, if that photo is just to show the link into the ensuite, fine. Otherwise, I'd say it's a bit tight on this bed. Maybe a wider angle lens, maybe come out a little bit more. You might have got a nicer shot there. But generally, that property is quite nice. That photo here, that looks a little bit blurry there, that chest. Maybe they focused in over here and they haven't used a particularly deep depth of field. And the window there could do with a little bit knocking back there, so you could see what it looks like. Actually, it could be quite a nice view out of there. It looks like there's trees, but you can't really see it because it's a bit overexposed, a bit blown out. So let's look at some others. Oh, my favourite, a bare mattress. Well, at least I can't see any stains on it, which is a bonus, but they haven't dressed this one at all. Photos aren't too bad. I think they are magnolia walls, so it looks like the colours are okay. Yeah, wheelie bins in front of properties. I wouldn't. Which property is it that you're actually going to? So one, I might have gone a bit closer, and I would have moved the wheelie bins as well. You could have gone the extra mile and put a blue sky up there. Yeah, these are what they are. There's only 3 photos by the looks of it as well. So we've got the bedroom, got 2 of the bedroom and 1 on the outside. So is there not a toilet with this property? Is there not a kitchen with this property? Is there not a back garden with this property? And what that would make me think is, are they? If I have my tenant hat on, is the kitchen and the toilet and the back garden really that bad that they don't want to show you pictures of them? So that's that one. Let's look at this next one. So here they've gone for quite a high position as well. Not quite security camera shot, but they've gone a little bit higher. maybe to get the lamp in here, but it links in nicely. You can see into the ensuite, you can see the desk, and it really does show you all the room. So I can understand to a degree why they've done that. The colours, though, it just seems a little bit blurry to me. Doesn't look particularly sharp. I think that the window there has got some kind of privacy screen on it, because it's not blown out there, but it looks very blown out here. So I think that's just a privacy screen. Stop people in the garden seeing into the bedroom. Quite a nice touch. But the colours, again, I might have pushed it a little bit brighter. But again, they've made the room nicely. They've dressed it beautifully, nice and simply. Nice colour coordinated. Works quite well. Gone for that security camera type shot there. Again, dressed it quite well. Not quite sure about the focus on the shot, and the colours and the light as well, really. Blown out the windows here. And the bedroom's a bit lighter, but still probably could do with going a touch further. Security shot, camera shot in the bathroom, but you get all of it in. You can't actually see the shower head, but hey, maybe they could put some bottles, just go back, maybe they could put something on there, maybe a towel on the rack there to tie and give it a bit of colour, because with those light tiles and it all being very white, there's not an awful lot of colour in the shot, but at least it gives you an idea. At least they got a toilet roll on the toilet roll holder, so not bad. Kitchen. So the kitchen looks lived in, so it looks like there might be other tenants there already. It's not particularly messy. It hasn't been particularly staged, I would say. Obviously they've given it a clean, but it's very dark here, so not quite sure that angle, and maybe they could have lightened that up a little bit. But again, they've gone for quite a high camera position, looking down. Okay, this is a bit dark, especially towards the end there. What we'd have done, because the long rooms like this, they are a challenge, so what you'd do is you would drop the shadows down, increase the exposure to lighten up this back area. But hey, at least you can't see the photographer in the mirror at the back, so that's good. They haven't blown out the window, that's quite nice. And they haven't gone too mad here with the table. Is that a chair there? I might have moved that chair just so that you can see into that seated area a bit better, because it's blocking a little bit, but not bad. Another security shot of the another bathroom. At least they've gone here, they've got a bit of colour. I'm not sure that colour really jumps out. Pile of toilet rolls there, and maybe that toilet roll could have been tidied up a little bit. Not sure, the white balance might be okay, but maybe a little bit dark, maybe brighten that up a little bit. And I think we've done that one. So, but all in all, quite a nice house. And this is the thing, this is what I'm seeing, is that people are going to the effort of making their properties nice. They're going to the effort of dressing them. But then with the photos, there's just a few things there that they could possibly do to really stand out from the crowd. So this one here, let's have a look at this. We've done one of this agencies before, and it's very similar comments really. They didn't have a made bed in the last one, and they didn't have many photos, and there they've got that big light glare there. So okay, we've done one of this agencies as well, and I don't want to dwell on any one particular agency, because I'm not here to beat up the agencies. You hire agencies for their ability to let or sell properties. You're not necessarily hiring them for their photography skills. So this one here, quite an interesting first image, because is that the best image that can sell the room in this property? Well, I'm not sure, and it looks not particularly in focus. If that's meant to be a dressing feature there of having that cup, to be honest, to me it just looks like somebody's forgotten to move the cup. Actually, that might sound a little bit harsh. That there is obviously with a very not wide angle lens. The colour's not great. It's not actually showing you anything of the room, unless you like, is that Marilyn Monroe? Maybe if you like Marilyn Monroe, it's great. Is that the only photo of that bedroom? I hope not. So then bathroom here. This is obviously a property that's got tenants in it, so you've got lots of bottles and things. Toilet seats up, okay, I can understand the bottles. People don't want you moving things at the moment and touching things, so they might have been a little bit constrained there, but why would you leave the toilet seat up? Again, they've gone from landscape to portrait. Another photo of the kitchen. That bedroom where the window's a bit blown out, they can't really see the bedroom, it's a bit dark, they haven't dressed the room, and because they haven't used a wide angle lens, it makes it look very, very small. Slightly better, you see a bit more of the room there, but yeah, these photos could do with some work. So not this, if you compare this property to some of the others we've seen, even though I've found things that could be improved in some of the other photos, this property here certainly, its photos really aren't selling it, if I'm honest, and that might sound a little cruel, but it's not meant to be. I'm just trying to help you guys on this video to see, the difference in the standards that you see. So far I haven't really seen any that have really kind of set my world on fire, if I'm honest, but there's been some that have been fairly acceptable. So this one here just looks a bit dark. They've dressed the room, it looks like they've got some on the pillow cushions there, there's like a little logo or something, but you can't really see it because it's so dark. And this purple, I think it's purple, kind of just gets lost because it's so dark. Not quite sure what that is, if it's a bit of a wardrobe. That light's not on there, and I don't think the bedroom light's on, but they have blown out this window a little bit, so that could certainly do with some work. These photos just make this bedroom look small. Now it looks like it is quite a small room, so there is only so much you can do with a small room, but these photos aren't really helping to sell it, if I'm honest. So that one there, different room, it looks like they've used the same dressing kit and they've just moved it to the other room. How they've done their throw, I'm not really going to comment, because what I am going to say though is that wherever you go as a professional photographer, whatever you do, the client quite often doesn't like it like that. There's so many different ways of doing throws. Do you lay it out like they've done there? Do you have it tucked in tight around the base? Do you just have it double folded over? Do you have it just straggled across a corner? Do you scrunch it up a bit to make it almost look slept in? There's so many different things you can do, and ultimately if this is what they were happy with, then that's fine for them. Not sure I would have done it like that, but as I say, it really comes down to personal choice with the throws. I might have put that light on. It may be there's not a plug there and they've just put it there for dressing, but it's got the photo there. They've made an effort, but the room's a bit dark, they've blown out the window. Those photos could really do with some work. I can see what they maybe were trying to achieve there, so you can see the bed in the mirror there and show you this side of the room, but because the photo is so dark, they haven't even put the light on, and all you can actually see is the blown out window behind. Yeah, I think I've probably gone through enough on this property, to be honest. And then let's just show this last one here. So right, the first photo here, so they've pulled the blinds down. That is probably because either the blinds are broken, but I doubt they're all broken. The blinds are either broken or there's something horrible behind there. So that would just make me a bit suspicious. Maybe it's the downstairs bedroom and there's bins outside. Let's have a look. Let's go to that one. Right, so I'm wondering if it's that bedroom there, but those seem to have different window covers on them. So I wonder why they've decided to do that. They haven't made the bed, they haven't dressed the room in any way, and it looks quite small, so I imagine they haven't used a wide angle lens. Because of all the shadow here, you could have taken that shadow out and maybe done a bit more of that, maybe done the photo back towards the house where you can sort of cut all this out here and see the seating area back towards the house. Okay, again changed from landscape to portrait. Yeah, it is what it is really. I don't really want to bash people too much on this. The landlords, they're doing what they can do. They're not necessarily photographers, but to me that's not selling that kitchen. I was expecting to see another photo of the kitchen there. Haven't seen it. So actually, have we seen any bathrooms in this property? So we've seen those ones. Okay, so bathroom here. Again, not quite sure why they decided to have the shower curtain as they've got it there. Lots of bottles, so obviously the house is being used. Maybe the bathroom's a bit dirty, so they just didn't want you to see the bath. But here, like with this one, either move the bin out or put the lid down properly, and really doesn't need to be a bleach bottle there. And I probably even would have moved the toilet roll, to be honest. And again, these aren't major things, but it's all a bit dark down here and a bit bright here because I haven't balanced the light. So I hope you found that useful. I hope you've kind of seen some things to improve on, in your photos. Now, this hasn't been about bashing these properties and these landlords. It's about so you can see the difference in the quality out there. And I just randomly picked Reading, and I just went through the listings on the front page. As you can see there's a variety of different standards of dressing, gone from not dressed all the way up to actually really nice dressing. And I think if we'd have done this same exercise a few years ago, the balance of those being nicely dressed to those not being dressed would have been the other way round. Because out of all of these ones we've looked at, there's only been a couple that haven't been dressed, whereas a lot of them have been really well dressed. So that's the market that you're competing against now. And this is what we try to say about the photos, is that you spent that money on refurbing that property, you spent that money on dressing those rooms, so just don't let yourself down at the end with the photos. So if you can implement the things that I've mentioned here, fantastic. Go out and do that yourself. If not, hire somebody. It doesn't have to be landlord photography. It can be someone else, but personally, why not go with landlord photography? We cover most of the UK. So give us a call and we'll help you to market your properties and get you tenants quicker, get you more click-throughs. We'll get you the click-throughs. We can give you the images that you can put on your thumbnail on the main listing that's going to jump off the page. So here we'll give you a photo you can use which will jump off the page and you'll get more click-throughs. And then with those more click-throughs, it's then down to you to convert those into tenants. And that way you're not competing on price. You're getting more tenants than you need. So you're actually creating a bit of competition for your rooms. Hope you found that useful. That's the end of this video.